Hello. We're back again. Seems like you liked the last video. So last time I quickly glossed over how to do a handstand. Your hand positioning, your shoulder positioning, kind of got our hips positioning, pushing through your shoulders, making sure everything's tight, stabilized. But we're gonna go faster than that because people got lives, we've got shit to do. We're gonna go through each and everything in detail over time in each video. There's no point you guys sitting there watching a 20-minute video looking for a 5-second fix. Do you get what I mean? It literally just makes no sense. So the first one today is fingers, hand position. With either, wait, let me go get that. You guys may know what this is if you like to train handstands. These are called parallettes. Now, parallettes comes in all different shapes, sizes, lengths, all of that type of stuff, like men do. So these are Ramas parallettes. Now, people do also train handstands on these as well. They also have a pair of blocks. Unfortunately, I don't have the blocks with me. However, I will clip in the video of blocks. Or they also train handstands on rings. Now, to be more specific, in terms of difficulty, I would say easiest to hardest, it will probably go parallettes, hands, blocks, then rings. In terms of difficulty, trying to learn handstand on each individual apparatus or floor. So I'd say the basis to start is the floor. Because although these are easier to train handstands on, and you'll get these much faster than training on the floor, the issue with these is they do not transfer over to the floor. 9 times out of 10, once you train handstands on parallettes, your handstands on the floor, they are still going to be absolute trash. Do you get what I mean? However, vice versa cannot be said. Once you train handstands on the floor, beautiful thing beneath us, it will transfer over to parallettes. Because obviously, when you're training on the floor, you not only are you using your wrists, you're also using your fingers. It helps create more stabilization, i.e. your grip strength gets stronger. And the kinetic chain also allows one to strengthen that too. However, with these just allow you to get good at doing this. So on parallettes, although it's still a very good handstand and it still takes time to learn, it cuts a lot of the middleman out. One, because it is wider, as you can see, the surface area at the bottom is wider, so it allows you to generate a lot more torque and force when trying to control yourself. And two, you don't need to worry about gripping the ground or any of that. It's literally just this. And it's a lot easier to control this than it is to this. Do you get what I mean? Smell me. So let's get back to the point. Your hand positioning on the floor when training a handstand, it needs to be ideally, but for some people, I know for myself, depending on the type of handstand that I'm doing, if I'm doing handstand push-ups, I like to go a little wider. If I'm doing normal handstands, I like to go shoulder width. So let's get back to the point. With a handstand, you want your fingers spread apart. You don't want them mad too far apart because now you're just straining your fingers for literally no reason. You want them slightly apart, little crumped up on the floor. The reason you want a little crumped up on the floor is because if they're too flat, it makes it a lot harder to push against the ground. So you want a little bit, you see that breakage there? See that little bendage there? That allows you to help, makes it easier to push against the ground. So, feet, finger positioning. Straight on the ground, depending on your shoulder positioning or how wide your shoulders are. Some people like to have them a bit wider, some people like to have them a bit more. But that comes down to personal preference. After that, you want to just grip the ground and think about pushing against it. When you're in this position here, you want to think about pushing your fingers into the ground. As you push your fingers into the ground, you should feel like you're pushing yourself back. So imagine standing up. See how when you lean forward, you use your toes to push against the ground to push yourself back? That's essentially what you're doing on your handstand. Use the fingers, come up here just to get a feeling, push your fingers into the ground to push yourself back. And it's the same thing vice versa. You use the palm of your hand, primarily this part, the bottom of your palm, to push yourself forward. However, with that is a harder feeling to grasp, but you should still feel it nonetheless. Pushing your palm in to go forward and pushing your fingers to go back. And that is how you control your handstand. That is the primary method to control your handstand. Once you understand that, it will make it a lot easier when doing a handstand. I hope you enjoyed this TED Talk.